All right, 3, 2, 1. Still not doing it.
Wow, that was like the longest, shortest intro ever.
It was pretty short. that gives more time for this quality program.
Yeah, wasting more time for this quality program. Exactly. Chat on. Hey, the screen's all fixed though.
There you go.
I don't know how that happened, but it worked. Okay. Awesome. Chat's on. Everything's good there. Awesome. Do you want to talk about this Mandela, or are we done with the Mandela effect?
Yeah, I'm done with the Mandela effect now. Kind of beating that one to death now. Talked about for more than a minute.
Yeah.
It's been beaten to death.
Look it up real quick. I had to actually look it up after I went to last summer when I saw Billy Idol.
Yeah.
Play. And he had Steve. And then he introduces the rhythm.
Pat's here. Hi, Pat. We missed you, buddy.
The fact that he's playing. Is he there?
Yeah, Pat's here.
Oh, someone else just popped in here too. Oh, it's Johnny. Oh no, it's Glenn.
Hey guys, what's going on?
Yo.
Hey Glenn, how are you? Glenn, are you no idea? Like, how have you ever gone to shows at the Commodore?
Yes, many years ago.
Okay. So many years ago, we used to go to quite a few back in the day when they were doing all ages shows. So we've been going to this Commodore Ballroom since we were like 15.
Right.
So this is how the story started. So they're tearing down the old Saddle Dome out in Calgary. And what they were doing when they built it back in the Olympics, it was built in 86. They built it.
I don't know, I guess Chilliwack has bad reception or something.
I guess so.
You were building, and then when they ever take it down, you're
Yo,
gonna get your way back.
dude. Hang on. It's not us,
Jackie
it's you.
has a brick.
It's not us, it's you. It's not us,
What's
it's
that?
you. You froze up there, and we lost a big chunk of the story, I think.
Yeah, I think you might have to start over there.
Okay, so
start over.
Okay, so they built the Saddle Dome between 84 and 86. People got to buy bricks, so then you're a part owner kind of deal thing. And now they're tearing it down. Everybody's getting their bricks back. Jackie and her family all have a brick because they lived out in Calgary at the time. And I said, wow, you know what? They did something like that, but they did the opposite. Back in the 90s, I bought a ball from some.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I think it was those microphones you got set up there.
Hey, they're not really set up. They're just dummy mics. Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
I can hear you guys. Glenn is totally frozen in not good positions too.
I'm frozen.
But he's not frozen on me.
Yeah.
Me and Glenn get along. We get along great. You're the one being difficult.
Long story. Back Asians bought the Commodore Ballroom. They're going to renovate it.
Yes.
They were going to cut up the original.
I know what you're saying. I think he's saying they're going to pull up the wood floor and auction it off.
What, in the Commodore? Are they closing the Commodore?
I think they did that already.
Oh man, that sucks. I like the job that they did remodeling it there. I guess about 20 years ago now, 25 years ago now.
Yeah. I think that's what he was talking about when they remodeled the place.
Yeah, when they remodeled the place. So they cut out the floor and they auctioned it off. I'm sitting there and I'm listening to the story about this brick, and I said, hey, they cut out the floor to the thing and then they auctioned it off. And so I just, in my natural wisdom, I'm like, you know what? The economy is really bad. People are probably selling shit. I got fucking money. I found and I bought a piece of the Commodore Ballroom floor.
Nice.
What, really?
Yeah. Yeah, this is an original from who knows how many times it was renovated. It's got a piece of fucking gum on it. This is
That's authentic.
This is like, I got a piece of this, and it was like so easy. I just went onto the marketplace. I typed in what I was looking for, and there's a guy selling it for like the same price that he paid for it. It was like $100, and I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna look it up. And I said that exact thing. I said, the economy's shit. I have money. I'm gonna find one, and I did within like minutes. Ticket stuff and like shoulder, like these some of the shows that I've been to there. It's I'm like so happy that I got that.
Very cool. Very
That
cool.
is pretty cool.
Amazing that I got like that part of like the child from going.
So you're not talking the Commodore.
Introduced in
Which Commodore Ball? We missed some of that. That's not the Commodore Ballroom in Vancouver, is it? That's
Yeah.
I thought that was still open.
It is still open. That's when they renovated it back when.
Oh, back 25 years ago.
I believe that's what he's getting at. Yes.
Oh, okay. If we could hear him, it would be better.
We'll confirm him when he decides to join us.
Yeah.
There he goes. Sort of.
At least you guys can talk to each other. I can hear you guys talking to each other, but it was all muddled. This is the worst connection ever. I don't even know how to fix it on my end.
Yeah, I don't know what you did.
No, I don't know either. I don't know if that's going to help at all.
I guess we'll see.
Can you hear me now?
Oh yeah, you seem clear.
We'll see.
You seem a little jagged, but you're working.
Yeah, a little rough around the edges there.
Okay. Yeah. No. It was sometime in the 90s that they and it was pre-internet that they cut this thing up and they auctioned it off. So it was really hard to get these pieces. And when I went and picked it up from this, just talking in this parking lot for like 45 minutes or something like that about shows up, and we talked about how like the Commodore Ballroom we talk about there's probably guys out there that bought this thing 30 years ago, and now their wives are probably like chucking these things out, not thinking of what it is. So, because of the fact that you don't anymore. So,
Didn't that go for charity though? When they auctioned off that shit.
yeah, I think it was.
It was Sea Fox that did it or something like that.
I'm not. Yeah, it was probably for the Sea Fox. Something to do with Sea Fox. I know they were involved in it. That's all I can remember about it. All I know is that, and you had to call in and have a credit card, all this ready, and like who's got all morning to sit on their phone, unless you're like one of those guys that work at a desk,
Yeah.
and can sit on hold. With me, I've never been able to do that back then. I don't even remember where I was back in.
No, and back then too, the cell phones weren't that fucking great. So if you had to sit on the fucking line for fucking hours trying to get through, it was a fucking chore.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, the cell phones back then, yeah, it's total. And now everybody listens to, unless you were listening live on radio, you're doing like, say, if you're listening on a radio and then you're listening to it digitally, like through like Google or Alexa or something like that. Alexa, there's like, I'm frozen again. Fuck.
Or that radio player app that they got out.
Yeah, or that. Like those are like, you couldn't get on through those things anymore because it was so delayed. What I'm really liking that I sent to you on the weekend about what's his name? Anton Fig.
Yes. Anton
Fig, who was better known for being the drummer of the David
Letterman.
Yeah, was a member of KISS for like a day. And it's funny how you see these things pop up on like these reels and shit, and you're like, everybody knows it, and you're just finding out about it now, so you have to make a reel about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like, we've talked about it before, like how when these reels and everything, especially like when the last Metallica album came out, how they all started talking about the big huge beef between Metallica and Megadeth.
Oh, yeah, that comes up every time Metallica whips out an album.
Yeah, every time it comes out with an album, it's like, yep. And, who cares? I'm sorry.
It sucks the new kids in, is what it does. It sucks the new kids into the drama and gives and gives promotion to Megadeth and to Metallica.
Oh yeah, I know.
So it's not really a fucking battle. It's just more like a giant commercial for the both of them.
So I don't even know what's happening there. I had a little bit of a whirlwind weekend. This is more for Chris. So we had this funeral on Friday. Saturday morning, I'm on the ferry off to the island to go see one of the Offspring in a play. And then Sunday morning, I'm on my way back. I'm looking for a place to sit down on the ferry. And I'm like, I turn around the corner. I'm gonna here's a row right here. There's some seats. I'm gonna go. I gotta sit. I find the one row that has Nick and his wife.
Nice.
Yeah, and he's like, "Oh man!" And I was like, "Holy jeez, I haven't seen you like probably 23. We went to a couple shows, I think, in 2023. Yeah, it was just really weird to all of a sudden just see him there, and I was just like, "Holy crap!" He's got no shows up. He's like, I asked him, "What are you doing? Have you seen any shows coming up?" Because there is some, but at the same time, you want to see these bands do these things. Like, I know, like The Damned is coming. Black Flag just played last month, but I went and saw them a year ago, and I was talking to him about that show. I said it was a little weird seeing this band that's only got one original.
Pat's funny.
What-
Everyone is frozen. Everyone is
Everyone's-
unfrozen. It's like a game of frozen tag.
Like a game of Unfrozen. I sent Pat a thing. I want to see Pat on the video, Pat, because I want to hear all about, like, you went to Sweden and you went to like some metal fest out there and stuff. Like, what was that like? Like, we want to hear this shit. Like, all of a sudden going to Sweden.
Sweden.
Yeah.
Sweden. Who goes there?
Swedish people. Swedish meatballs.
Sweden meatballs.
I was gonna. There's somewhere there's a joke about IKEA in there, but I can't find it.
There is IKEA, Swedish for crap.
I was thinking about something about the instructions and shit.
The reasonably hand-drawn facsimiles of instructions.
Yeah. You're like, Glenn is like 3 days from Mexico.
Yes, it's happening.
Nice. Where you going?
Usaria, just south of
Nice.
Puerto Vallarta.
Cool. I'm
Yeah,
headed
awesome.
there. I'm headed there at the end of March.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we're going at the end of March. Yeah.
Are you going too, or?
No, not me. I think we're postponing any vacations this year. And I think we're just going to save everything up. And I think we're going to go to Europe next year.
Oh,
that's
cool.
good. Yeah.
Yeah, we're looking at, because those ones are, not, these all inclusive, you can get them quite cheap and shit like that, right?
Yeah.
But the Europe is not, it's not cheap.
No, it's not a cheap.
It's not cheap. We're thinking of just doing like one country.
What one?
I think we might do either Spain or not sure what else came up in that discussion. So
It's not going to be your choice at the end of it, anyways.
I know it's not. No, I know that much.
Yeah, you're just going. You're just going to show up.
You're just a plus one.
Yeah. I'm a plus one. That's funny. I should have used that one on the first marriage
Yeah.
way back when.
Would it have worked?
Well, no, it's just because of the fact that when this is the truth, when you get married, everybody goes there and they all go there basically to see the bride. No one is there to see the groom.
No, it's true.
The groom is a plus one.
Yeah.
It's a fact.
Agreed.
Live from your mom's house there. He was in the wedding party. He knows. The after party thing was great. That part was awesome.
I don't remember, so it has to be.
Oh, it was a good. You've said on many times that it was one of the best. It was a good party afterwards. It was good fun afterwards. Would I do it again? No. Whoa, what happened here? You guys got all big again.
We got big.
We got big.
Yeah, no. I was telling somebody, I can't remember. Oh, I was telling Nick. About Chris came to me with the math on how to get to the last Black Sabbath show in England. And I was just like, oh man, that's a bill. That's what that is.
It is a bill.
Things are just a big, huge bill.
I saw it too. I saw like on forget where I saw it, but it said Ozzy may not even be there for the whole fucking show.
They're saying something about Ozzy not doing Sabbath.
Oh, he's not able to stand though. He can't stand anymore apparently.
He could. Yeah. He was kind of running forward for a couple of years now.
I mean, his leapfrogs are probably even fucking impossible now.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't like. It just seems like they're gonna load him up with cortisone or something. I don't know what the fuck. Or
cocaine.
Yeah.
Cocaine. Yeah.
Maybe some fire ants.
You're at the end of your life anyways, dude. One more show. Here's a whole fucking mountain of cocaine. Get out there and do it.
Yeah. Or basically this is it. He goes down on that stage. Like he's and then this puts him down and out. And that leaves basically at this point, without saying that they're retired, it leaves the Stones and Alice Cooper. I haven't heard anything from Zeppelin. I haven't heard anything. Paul McCartney, he makes those appearance things here and there.
How about the Who?
I think they're done.
They're still doing it. They're still doing it, aren't they? Or are they done?
Like
hologram Ozzy. That's probably what they'll do.
There was something that just came out recently. It was, I can't even remember what it was. It was a remake of an old song done by some fucking pop star, I believe. I don't know how.
That narrows it down.
Yeah, but the whole thing that I'm getting at is the fact that it was like one of these old songs, like a Who, Stones, something from back then. I can't really remember. I should have wrote it down, but it was like, I think I was driving or something. And it just goes to show you that they can't write anything now.
Yeah.
We got to take everything that's back then. And the problem is this generation of like what I was saying earlier about, oh, hey, Anton Fig was in Kiss for the day. Let's make some fucking reels about it. These people nowadays, they don't even know what's going on. And I kind of find it hard to I want to believe that it's fake. When there was that, like, a couple of years ago when that Post Malone guy did a song with Ozzy. And he also did one with, somebody did one, I think it was him or somebody else that did one with Paul McCartney. And everybody thought that Paul McCartney.
Well, that was Kanye West.
Kanye West, yes.
Then Paul McCartney came on. Everybody.
Yeah,
everybody said they said it was all great that Paul McCartney, that Kanye gave that old guy a chance. His career's gonna go places now.
Yeah. Given a good last minute chance of fucking shit. And I was just like, what the fuck? I want to believe that is fake. That is just something made that up to fucking troll the internet and to expose people for some bullshit.
You want to believe it, but honestly, I really think it's pretty much true. I think people are pretty much that dumb.
Well, I think the one guy starts it just to expose the dumb.
You think so?
I think so. Because if I had time on my hands, I would be that dude. I would I'm going to expose the dumb. I'm going to do these things that would just be like, I just want to I just want to expose the dumb.
That's a new T-shirt. Expose the dumb.
Yeah, that would be a good shirt to have.
Oh yeah, I gotta make that one. I gotta write that one. Yeah, I gotta write that down right now.
Have some fingers pointing outwards on it. Yeah, exactly.
I'm trying to think that a lot of tours nothing really happening for tours coming up. I keep looking to see if anybody's going on tour. Nobody that, a lot of drama shit. For some reason, talking to Dave Lombardo about not being in Slayer, and I'm like, the guy hasn't been in Slayer in like a decade.
You'd figure more bands would come up here now because it's cheaper to come up here.
I think you have to get a work permit or something now too, don't you?
About what was it? It had to have been almost 10 years ago that they put this work permit shit on bands. And or it used to be like the bands would come in and they would play the shows, they would get the money from the show, they'd give it to the crew and all this other shit. Now these guys come in and they're charging an income tax on all the members of the band. Like when they come, so the Electrojets come from the States, they're gonna play a show in Canada, they all have to pay the income tax. We got Chris as a roadie, so Chris has to pay all his taxes for everything that he's going to make, and then he has to claim it. You got to do your taxes after that to get the money back. But
also too, if we go down to the States, we have to have a work visa.
Yes,
that's the solemn side.
I talked to Jay about that one because I think about the times that there's been a few times that Lachinga's gone down and played Showbox. Or what is it, Showbox, or what was the one in Bellingham?
Oh, I don't know, but I think it was like the Spitfire days, though. He said if you're gonna go down to play a show, you don't have a work, you just say you're going down to record. Instead, you're going down to spend money rather than make money.
Ah, okay.
Oh, halfway there, eh?
Halfway there.
I heard that all the way over here in Abbotsford.
Oh yeah, because I've heard about that one. I've heard about go to the American version of Long and Quaid, rent, don't even take instruments, just go and rent them and shit like that. But then I'm like, then you gotta find a way to get them back. I was just like, fuck, I don't know about that one.
Yeah. Don't bring your own instruments down unless you got fucking receipts for them.
Hologram Ozzy. Ozzy and Kiss doing holograms. Yeah, I don't know. I've heard all kinds of things. I don't think it appeals to me to go down there. All I know is that I know a band like the Electrojets would do good anywhere else but Vancouver. Just like the Lachinga. When we talked to Jay about that, and he's like, "Yep, same 10 people show up for every show."
And they're friends.
Yeah, they're friends. And then I think about the show that they played at that I went and watched them at the Wolf Bar when they played with Super Distorter, and it was just like and it was Super Distorted show. Super Distorted opened, but it was their show. They did like this big long set with their 13-minute songs that they have. And I like Ryan. Ryan's a good Ray. He's a good guy. But then the Chinga came on, and they didn't come on the stage until about 11, I think. And yeah, 10 people showed up. And he's just like, yep, that's rock and roll. But then he talks about, goes, we had an album release, we go to Calgary, and 1,000 people show up.
Yeah.
They go over to, was it Spain that he went to? He went to Spain, right? Yeah, they went to Spain. He goes, we were treated like rock stars there. They were giving us drinks. It didn't come off our tab. You know, like it was, he said we were treated like absolute rock stars over there. And I was just like, holy shit. Somehow Johnny knows some guy from, how do you know, Glenn? How Johnny knows that guy from Greece?
Yeah, I think they went there on vacation, and he went to this nightclub.
Yes. Yeah, so I gotta find that video. We'll show that video one time here, where this band from Greece, it's a punk band from Greece, they do a video, and the bass player's wearing an Electrojet shirt in his video.
That's cool. Yeah, that would be kind of cool. We always talked about going over there, like, you know, on a vacation or something, and seeing if we could get a few gigs over there.
Yeah, like I think that would be a thing where we would almost break even.
Yeah, I mean, if we went for a week or something, even if it cost a little bit out of pocket, it'd still be something off the bucket list to do.
Yeah,
Yep.
it would be like, yeah, it'd be one of those things, you know, like I look at all these other bands, like I look at Jay Collins. He did his hardcore band, Burden. They got really big for a bit and did the festival circuit type deal back in the late 90s, I think it was. You know, and I look at Nick and his band, the Newtown Animals. They had a little bit of an Operation Ivy thing. You know, like where they were good, everything like this. They got big, and then they imploded.
Oh no!
Yeah, they got really big. I'm gonna have to find the video. They made an actual like huge production video. Which
He still owes money.
Which to this day, apparently, they still owe money to the record label. Yeah, because it was supposed to come off like when you make. A lot of people don't know this. When you make these videos, it actually comes off of the record sales. You know, like we were talking about us making our video with this guy Jesus, right? We've had to put it on the.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah, that's it. I have them in my phone under it says Jesus, but with his company name, and his company has something to do with is Sasquatch something. So in my phone he's known as Jesus Sasquatch. I actually told him this too when me and Johnny met him. So he's gonna give us this deal, right? On what, and we talked about it, right? And I said, hey, right here, I have this case, and so after we met him, I came home and I was like, I wonder how much is in that thing, because I just know there's a whole bunch of fucking money in this thing. I go into it, and then I'm like, start counting it. I was like, holy fuck! So we got like half the money that we need to make this video, sitting in our little merch box here that I didn't even know that we had.
Yes.
Yeah, I know. So, you know, basically we budgeted where we are at as a band. Like this is where we're at. We're at $0 right now.
Yeah.
for we've had to, because a lot of people don't realize you have to pay to be on Spotify. We've made a total of, the last time I checked, or last time Johnny checked, we're at 7 cents.
All right.
Oh yeah.
I know.
Yeah, we're making big money on there.
That's American. So
All right. It's about fucking $1 million up here.
I know. So you put it into American, you put the tariffs on it. We're like, yeah, it's like $50,000.
Still ahead of the game.
Yeah.
We don't usually get it, and I don't want to start tweaking Glenn. Glenn gets really political. I was watching this video about how they were explaining to the Trump supporters on how the tariffs work. And look how he's already doing this. A lot of these people didn't realize. They think that, so if they think that products come from China into the United States, that the Chinese and their government pays the tariff, and they're like, had this import or export. We're gonna, for shits and giggles, we're gonna call him Art Vandelay. And so Art Vandelay is like, no, that's not how tariffs work. Tariffs are actually paid by the guys who are bringing in the imports.
Yes.
The importers.
Yeah, the importers have to pay it. And they're like, what? And it's like, yeah. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to actually force these other companies in these other countries to actually lower their prices 25%. And then we kind of make that money that way. And but the thing is all these countries are not going to do that. There's no way China's going to do it. There's no way Mexico's going to do it.
Here's a little thing that you probably didn't know. I went on to, because my company's American, I got a US Amazon account and a Canadian Amazon account. So anyways, I accidentally stumbled on my American account, and I was looking for these trays, like oil trays.
Yeah.
So they're $35 Canadian on Amazon.ca, and they're $33 Canadian on Amazon.com. So when I click to purchase in the US by accident, I see a $8 export charge and a $10 tariff charge on top of the $33. When I clicked on the Canadian one, it went straight to 35 to just the GST, and that was it.
What the fuck?
So I mean, I see them already getting hit, and like from doing some internal stuff. They're only really talking about the tariffs. They're not talking about the dumping fees and export taxes that the U.S. is already paying on all of it, on quite a bit of stuff that we don't pay up in Canada.
Yeah, like a lot of people don't understand it. Like apparently we're all buy Canada, which we did back in 2018 when that thing that you showed me, Glenn sent it to me about who made this deal, who made this trade deal.
Oh yeah,
which I thought was the funniest thing ever.
the best deal ever.
Yeah, best deal ever. And he's like, this is the worst deal for the United States. 8 years later. It's just like, what the fuck? He's so delusional. It's so hilarious. He's so fucking far gone.
I don't know. Could you imagine being 78, going on 79 years old, and having one of the most stressful jobs in the world?
The fuck was that?
Oh, I think that was
I think it was Glenn.
That was weird.
Well, Aaron just sent me a text right now or something. I'm not sure.
Who, me?
A text. No, it was just telling me that it's we're headed for a horrific rainstorm, which is supposed to flood us all completely away.
Oh, again. Good. Can't wait.
So I got to tell you, you hear about all this, overspending and stuff, but I was up ice fishing there last weekend, and what they've done in the mountains to repair roads and stuff is quite exceptional. Like, they haven't skimped the beat between the rail lines and the main roads, and it's quite impressive. I mean, you figure only 3 years ago they knocked half of our infrastructure down, and it's almost considerably rebuilt again.
Yep.
Yeah, I only saw bits and pieces of it, right? So, Chris, you got displaced
I got displaced. What do you mean?
in the flood.
Yes. Well, as did you.
Yeah, as did I. Yeah, I got stuck in Abbotsford because I was like,
Yeah,
I'm all driving to work, and then I see the flooding going on, and I was like, oh yeah, that'll go down by tonight.
Yeah.
Little did you know.
Well, yeah, boy, was I wrong on that one.
I was like about 5 cars away before they fucking started turning people around at Wacom Road.
Oh no.
Like,
Yeah.
fuck me.
Yeah, I was just like, what the fuck? Oh yeah, that's right. You were actually living out this way, weren't you? That's right. That's why.
I was living in Chilliwack.
Yeah, you were like 2 minutes away.
Down the hill.
So I was just like, yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah, I fucking turned around and fuck.
Yeah, so
Guess what, Ma?
yeah, guess what? Excuse me. Excellent. Yeah, so we're basically waiting for, I don't even know what the date is today. The 24th.
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 And Johnny starts his new thing on the 27th, he said, which is like really weird time to start.
It's like Thursday, isn't it?
Yeah, it's like Thursday. I'm like, whatever. So then we're waiting to find out, so he can find out what he's doing with his Freedom 55 there. So good on him with that.
Yeah, he scored big on that.
Yeah, I was, if you look at, I don't know who else was actually up for this, but you look at what that guy's got, you got to go with that guy. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
He's got military, he's got the years at the Con Air, like what the fuck?
Well, and he's super picky about stuff. He's not going to let things go either. Like, the guy that misses a couple of bolts on a wheel or something, he's going to make sure they're on.
Yeah. And then I was laughing about that whole, I can't even believe that. Did you see the plane that went upside down?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just like, holy fuck. I can't believe and then everybody's like walking out like it's nothing.
And everybody on that whatever plane that was that fucking flipped there, whatever company owned it, fucking gave everybody on that fucking plane $30,000, no strings attached.
That's because they don't want to get sued for $1 million a person.
That's right. If they're giving out 30, they can hand out more.
Well, I think it's kind of funny how so many people had time you're upside down in a plane crash that it's on fire, and so many people had time to take out their cell phone and record it while on the airplane. So how traumatic could it possibly have been?
Exactly.
That's it. I worked with this guy, and I wouldn't even thought about it, but this guy was camera ready. So we're out in Surrey, and there's a police thing that goes on where there was an actual, nobody really knows, but there was like possible gunshot, and there was two, how do we say this without being racist? We're gonna call them two brown guys.
It kind of bleeped you out itself.
Yeah, you got bleeped anyways.
Yeah, probably. And so gunshots are going off. One gunshot went off, but SWAT was there, like your Surrey SWAT or Surrey. I can't
Surrey
even keep
Police Service.
Is Surrey Police or they RCMP? I don't even know right now. I can't
They're
even.
the RCMP is out of Surrey now.
Okay, they're RCMP. So RCMP SWAT was
No,
there.
no,
guys.
they're Surrey. They're Surrey. RCMP's out of Surrey now.
Oh, Surrey. Okay, they're out of Surrey. Okay.
Yeah, it's Surrey Police Force now.
And they were everywhere on these guys. So there was these two guys, and
It's just turned on by itself.
Awesome. So
Just shows you it's listening.
yeah. So there's this incident, and it's funny about there are these two young guys. They have one gun between the two of them, and SWAT has like 10 guys with 10 guns drawn, not to mention whatever other guns they have in holsters. And I'm just like, you guys are fucked. I'm sorry. Yeah, they took him down, and this guy was going for lunch, and he was like, and he recorded the whole fucking thing, and I was just like, what the fuck? It's amazing how, like Glenn said, like everybody's like camera ready, you know?
Yep. Yeah, well, because it's at the palm of your fucking hands, right? I mean, your phone's usually always in your fucking hands. And well, Apple's made it so.
If I ever get the camera going, I'm like minutes.
Oh, I know. Well, by now, Apple's made it so that the fucking camera button's just right there, so you just push it and your camera pops up.
You know, and they wonder why we have so much crime nowadays. It used to be that when you couldn't record it, you just get your ass kicked by the police. Now they can't do anything.
That's right.
Everybody standing around's got a camera out on
fucking
them.
Camera on them, waiting for them to do one wrong thing, and then only fucking show half the fucking story.
Yep,
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, and that's just it. I almost feel for them because of the fact that when it gets to that point, they don't know what to do.
Like, damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Yeah, you lose either way.
Yeah, they're fucking screwed. We had an incident out here in Chilliwack.
Just down the hill there at the corner intersection?
No, years ago.
Oh.
Years ago with right after the been drinking. Right after the taser guy in YVR.
Yeah.
So there's this incident a week to the day out here in Chilliwack where this guy was fucking just right out of his fucking gourd. And he's fucking driving this truck. He's hitting cars all along the side of the fucking road. The cops managed to get him over, shit like that. The cops don't know what to do. Because this one guy just got tasered at YVR and he died. And now the cops got this guy pulled over and they don't even know what to do with this guy. They didn't know to shoot him. They didn't know how to tase him. They didn't know to rubber bullet. They didn't know what to do.
I think the tasers they took away for a bit until they fucking made the cops go for training or some shit like that because of it. That Robert Selensky guy or whatever.
Now, I can tell you right now, as somebody in that trade, it's one of the most unpredictable. It's just it's almost as unpredictable as a gunshot.
Well, yeah, because it screws up with your whole fucking body's electrical system.
Yeah, and it's all based on and everybody is on fucking meds these days. So that changes your whole chemical balance, right? And that's infected too. And a lot of people don't realize that.
Yeah.
Well, you look at half the medical conditions nowadays, are they really, if you took away the internet or people's social media, would they still be an issue?
Probably not.
It wouldn't be, no.
Because a lot of these things have been around for hundreds of years. They're not really
Oh,
new.
yeah.
It's just we didn't have drugs and all that stuff. It seems to be an easy button nowadays. Just pop a pill and all your problems go away. But I think that leads to your problems.
This is the canceling moment of the show where everything gets canceled.
Oh, good.
And I have told the offspring this. We had that whole ABCDF community back when we were.
It's always been there.
Yeah.
It's always been there. We just didn't name it.
Exactly.
Well, the thing that is how do you account for equality when you segregate it?
Exactly.
That's exactly it. And that's exactly it. You're segregating it. You're making it like, it's hard to explain it. It's hard to not explain it, but actually explain it, but have the other people understand it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't understand.
We had all these things. We went to school with some of these people that were like that were doing these things. I don't know where they are now. I don't know if they grew out of it. I don't know if they continued with it. I don't fucking care. That was just it. Back in my day, I just didn't care.
Mm-hmm.
There was these people that were doing this shit, and I just did not care. I just don't care now.
Nope, me neither.
Bro, I'm just like, what the fuck?
Well, we might not have to worry about it. I mean, Trump seems to be canceling it all in one particular country, and I think the far right's kind of moving towards it because let's get back to reality here. You got to find the right person to do the right job, the right essence to do the right job. I'm not saying that they're not it, but
no,
you got to find the right people.
I'm agreeing with you on that because the last two projects that I've been working on with like a lot of younger people, and I'm starting to see that they're tired of it.
Yeah.
And so they're kind of starting to move away from it, and so the pendulum is swinging the other way, which is really good.
We don't need tampons in bathrooms.
What? Me and Nick were talking about it on the weekend. We were talking about something. I don't know. For some reason, we talked about it, and AI came up or something like that. I can't remember. Oh, I remember what it was. Last year, Nick was in San Francisco, maybe San Diego, San Francisco, whatever. He was down in California, and he tried to get a self-driving Uber, Tesla Uber.
Oh yeah.
There's no driver at all, and he tried to get one of these things, and he's like, I just wanted to go 4 blocks, but there was such a long wait to get, because it's such a novelty for the tourists down there to get this guy, this self-driving fucking car down there, right? And that it was like not even worth it. And I was just like, fuck. Like, I'm seriously, like, did we not remember the documentaries they made in the 80s? In the 80s, they made a documentary called War Games, Terminator, and what was the other one with Harrison Ford?
Blade Runner.
Oh, geez, I forgot about that one.
Yeah. Those are huge documentaries on what the future is. They're not fucking movies. They're documentaries. Fucking facts of what's going to happen. Terminator, AI is going to take over. Blade Runner, we're not going to even know what's real and what's not.
That's okay. That's why I smoke weed. I don't want to know what's real and what's not.
And then War Games is actually based on a true story that a computer in Russia almost shot off nuclear missiles at the United States.
I think that was the whole premise of Terminator, wasn't it?
And Terminator was AI took over.
Yeah.
Skynet took over and
AI
started the fuck.
was AI took over. War Games was AI fucked up because it couldn't determine what was real and what was not, and it shot missiles. Blade Runner was where they made replicants of humans, which Tesla has done. But it's the basis of it, and now they're going to, like we've gotten to this point where we can't even. Oh, I got a text from Johnny. His job starts in 36 hours, and he's trying to get all his ducks in a row. He's got his marching orders. So all I can say is good on him. He's got a fucking nice government job. And I'm, as you know, a guy that I've known for the last 5 years now, I'm just like, go for it. Do it.
Oh yeah, it just gives us more stories. I mean, he's usually quite vocal about what he runs into in the aviation industry. That's for sure.
Oh yeah, like we've ran out of stories from him, and we've only been going off of like the shit that you and I have been finding.
Yeah, just a motorcycle shop and making fun of him.
Yeah. So, whereas me is like, did I tell you about the one where there's this kid that I was working with, and he had his first and last name on his hard hat? I can't remember what his last name is now. And this other guy sent him to go grab some shit. He's a young apprentice, first-year apprentice. And so, while he's gone to run shit, get shit, and I was helping these other guys out, and I was like, so what's the abuse rule on this kid? And they're like, why? You gonna go make him dig some holes and shit like that? And I'm like, no. I don't do the physical thing. I play the psychological game. And they're like, oh. And so he comes back and stuff like that. And then like basically at the end of the day, I call him by his last name. I'm just gonna use Chris's name for example. So I'm just like, hey, is your last name Randall? And the guy's like, yeah. And I was like, tell your mom I said hi. And this other guy that was in the room with us thought I was serious. And he's like, you know his mom? And I was like, yeah. And it's just like, the kid kind of figured that I was joking. He kind of got to it, but he's like, but he caught on to it. But it was just like the fact that, no, I'm at like, I know that I'm the same age as that kid's mom. So it's like when you can say that to these kids, it just like it puts that seed into them.
Yeah, you got to start them young.
Yeah, this kid got it. He got the joke. But the next kid might not.
All right, boys, it's 9:00. I'm done.
It's 9:00. That's another show. That's a wrap.
Show. Under wrap.
That's a wrap.
Johnny had to get his ducks in a row.
Ducks quack quack.
He can quack like a duck.
At least they're not clams.
We should put that one on here at 8:30 because there's a lot of people that quack like a duck.
Yeah.
I remember. So there's a video. This is just for Glenn. There was a video that came out like I don't know how many years ago, but about 10 years ago. Chris sends it to me while I'm at work, and he's like, "Don't play this at work." What's the first thing I do? Hey everybody, let's listen to this. We will play it next week or whenever you come back again. It's fucking fantastic. I don't even
It
think
sure
it's
is.
around anymore. It's the greatest thing you will ever see. Yeah.
Cheers, Pat. Later, dude.
Cheers, Pat. Cheers, Glenn.
Cheers. Have a good week, guys.
Everybody have a
Later,
good
dude.
week.
Talk.
Yeah.
Mexico, here it come.
Yeah.
Have fun in Mexico.
Make
Nice
Mexico
fucking.
great.
Yeah, make
Fuckers.
Mexico great again. Well, I did hear all the American flags are down in Mexico, so I guess they're
Cool.
not being treated all that well down there right now.
No,
Wear Canadian. Wear a Canadian shirt.
Yeah,
we're-
I'm from Canada.
Yeah.
Anyways, I'm out, fuckers.
All right, cheers, Chris. Cheers, Aaron.